They think it's a Facebook ad problem. They think it's a traffic problem, but the issue is the offer, right? They're either asking someone to do something too early in the relationship, or the way that they've positioned the action that they're requesting from those people is just not interesting.
Talking Facebook ads specifically, for example, you've helped thousands of students, you've audited even more accounts. What do you see as the biggest mistakes, the common mistakes people are making?
I could create a top 10 list. That would actually be a good piece of content. No, people are generally doing a good job. I mean, the first one, and this is marketing in general, is just the offer, right? They think it's a Facebook ad problem. They think it's a traffic problem, but the issue is the offer, right? They're either asking someone to do something too early in the relationship, or the way that they've positioned the action that they're requesting from those people is just not interesting. So, I mean, I would say, especially like, for example, I teach a 4-month mentorship called Train My Traffic Person, which you help out with, Jason, and I appreciate that a lot. And the first month of the class is really tough because it's all about offers, and people want to dive into the ad stuff, right? Like they're hopping on the Q&A calls and in the Facebook group and they're like, Molly, how many ad sets, how many ads, like bidding, budget? And I'm like, guys, I promise you that we will get there. But if you miss this part, it's not going to work, you know? And the people that skip ahead, then 6 weeks in, it's like my campaigns aren't working. And then we figure out it's the offer. Then we go back and fix the offer. And, you know, like you can't skip it. So you're either going to work on it now or you're going to work on it, you know, later after you've wasted money. So, you know, I think that's the biggest mistake that I see. Another one would be just not understanding the platform. Facebook is a really complicated platform that, Jason, you and I probably know. We probably have like a 1% understanding of how it even works. And this is what we do in our career, right? We nerd out about this platform every day, and we do not even begin to have the full picture. So I think that this really black and white understanding of it that is our fault as like influencers or gurus and people in the space. A lot of the way that we get people's attention is by saying, hey, look how I spent $1.5 million on this Facebook campaign and made $2.5 million. You know, like we're guilty of that. We just released a pre-sale article a few weeks ago from Smart Marketer with that headline. And why? Because it works, right? It's what catches people's attention, but it feels so simple, right? It's like, oh, well, I can do that. And it's like, of course you can do it, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. So I think that people not understanding how the platform works in terms of the auction, the algorithm, and even as a consumer, but also just having unreasonable expectations. Like, hey, Molly, I set this campaign up. Why am I not seeing a 10 return on ad spend? And it's like, well, you spent 30 minutes and you slapped this like bullshit campaign up. And this takes time, this takes, sometimes 10, 20 hours, especially when I'm first working in a new account. So that's really, it's the offer, and then just not understanding how the platform works and not realizing that this stuff is hard. Even though it seems simple, when you go into Ads Manager and click create a campaign, it's like, cool, 20 button clicks and this campaign's launched. It's like, there's so much more that goes into it if you really want to scale and do a good job.
And I love how you didn't once say, oh, it was the wrong, you increased the bid by too little or by too much. And one of the things that I like about you is, and we talk about this a lot, is I think what made us both really good media buyers is that we understand marketing as a whole. We're marketers, right? I don't consider myself a media buyer. I consider myself a marketer. And because we have that holistic approach, media buying just became a little bit easier to us. And, the technical side of things, there are people who are way, way, way better. But there are people who chase the hacks all the time. And they're looking for that latest, like, what's the hack? And that's not sustainable. Why do you think so many people miss that key component about, just focusing on the media buying side only?
Well, a lot of it is what they are sold. Like I said, looking around the digital marketing industry, a lot of people have the expectations of the platforms that they do because of what the gurus and the leaders, like how it's being presented. So first and foremost, that's on us.
It's also sexier to say, here's how to 5x your dollar versus here's how to really do a research on your avatar, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it's sort of like a chocolate covered carrot in a way. And yeah, so I think that's part of it. I also think that people don't want to accept how much work it is because they don't want to have to do the work, And so it's easier to think that it's the button pressing that matters because that's something that you feel like you have more control over, and it's also just easier, right? It's like it's tangible almost. It's like right in front of you. Where going and doing audience research for 5 hours, or like truly being empathetic and putting yourself in the shoes of the person that you're trying to speak to, like that's a lot of work. And so I think it's people just feel like they want more control, and I think they also don't want to do the work, and I think they've also been sold that it's easier than it is.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want, check out our most recent video over here, and this one is the one YouTube thinks you'll like. But if you really enjoyed watching, please do me a favor, like and subscribe over here. Thank you so much.